Dire team pick.
Welcome everybody to the first rounds of the Southern Cross Dota. Tide's Wrath. Almost did the wrong intro there, but I made the old age mistake of pressing Shift Tab as I was loading, so that kind of crashed my Dota 2. But guys, this is Tondas here, and as always, I'm joined by the Evil Twig.
It was a close call. You almost introduced the wrong tournament there. Tide's Wrath. Both teams did really well getting through the qualifiers. MI6 versus Fresh Fish, going by the name of Rico as a team player. Bit of a joke, inside joke between that team. Boki and Rika were in my team for about a year now, so I have quite a lot of insight into what their ideas are and how they like to draft. I know they like to do a lot of defensive lanes, defensive tri-lanes, and this Nature's Prophet is either a solid mid or an off-lane Prophet.
Well, yeah, we're a little bit late into the draft, guys, but we can see that MI6 pick up the Naga and the Nakes, while apparently they changed their name. They were Fresh Fish, but they did have it, so they picked up the Visage and Furion. And you want to run through the bans, Twig?
Sure thing. Elder Type, Troll Warlord, and Nyx Assassin have been banned so far from MI6, and for Fresh Fish, Bat Rider, Weaver, and the Darkseer. So Outward Devourer completely ignored up until this point into the draft.
I'm happy to tell you the truth. I'm happy to see that. I really don't like that guy being in Dota. He needs to go away. Trade techies for OD, please.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, there you go.
There it is. There, at least it's banned. We don't get to see it.
We don't get to see it played. Thank goodness.
We can talk a little bit of the global potential of the Fresh's team. Of course, if they pick, because Wisp is still in the pool. And who had first pick? Do you know? Do you remember who had first pick?
I think no idea.
Could have been MI6, which means that Wisp can still be picked up from Fresh, which means they can have that global potential.
Well, Fresh do get the next pick, so maybe they want to ban something out and pick something like that, but you know, at the end of the day, it just depends on how they like to play, how they decide they want to play. I know they like to run a very hard carry kind of lineup, so maybe they'll even go for a Rubik here. That seems pretty okay.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it goes. I just remembered, actually. Hold it. My open mic wasn't on. Hey guys, welcome everybody. Missed the intro. That was my fault, unfortunately. I did Toby, and it happens. But this is Tondas and Evil Twig. Give a shout out to the people in game. They might have been hearing you before though, Twig. I'm not sure if you had your open mic on. But
Yeah, I had my open mic on. Everyone was just hearing me talking to myself, you know, as a good commentator does. But the Storm Spirit banned and immediately Alchemist. So there you go. This is his hard carry that I was talking about. They're going to be running this defensive with an off-lane Nature's Prophet most likely. MI6 have the choice to go aggressive here, and this could actually spell disaster here for Fresh Fish.
Well, yeah, Furion and Alchemist, they need a lot of gold to make a big impact, and since there's already two people that need a lot of gold, hopefully they don't draft greedy, because I think if we see another greedy draft, then they might have shot themselves in the foot here, but hopefully we can just see a mid-hero that just kills things like a Puck, and maybe just another support which doesn't need to farm.
I think MI6 could even run a solo safe Lifestealer at this point. Lifestealer versus Nature's Prophet isn't too bad because the Treants don't really do enough damage to take down the Lifestealer with the Feast. And then you can run an aggressive tri-lane maybe with Naga Siren and a Priestess of the Moon or something of the sort. And I think that would be really effective for MI6, and that just frees them up to do whatever they want. They can run whoever they want in mid. Even a Tinker would be okay.
So were you thinking the Nakes versus Furion lineup in that offlane?
Yeah, solo safe Nyx would be okay.
If the solo safe Nakes gets Orb of Venom and a Quelling Blade, then that Furion can't stand on the lane anymore.
Phase boot, Orb of Venom, too strong.
Yeah, Furion will have to go back to the jungle, and that just gives you free farm to the... And there's the Puck pick I was talking about, so not nice to see it, but unfortunately MI6 got their little hands on it. Could be
the problem for MI6 is if they do choose to run that solo safe, it is the matter of getting those items up, and before then, the Nature's Prophet might have a good chance. Whoever gets the boots up first will probably win the lane. But I think Lifestealer with the better animations, just the micro and the extra units for the Furion, that might actually go to his favor. But the fourth pick coming up here for Fresh Fish.
Do you think they should pick their support or their mid? Maybe.
Well, if they have a mid in mind at the moment that deals really nicely with the puck, then I think they should probably pick it up now. I know they...
Well, TA's in the pool.
TA is in the pool, that's exactly right. I think Templar Assassin in particular would be a really good pick, but they pick up the Sand King anyway. It's a bit questionable, this pick.
Well,
I don't think it was going to get banned anyway.
They could have held it for the last pick if they felt like it. I guess they want to intimidate the opponents a little bit, saying we're going to pick a Sand King and we're going to epicenter you, even though you have a BKB next from level 1.
and a Song of the Siren. But I guess
a song, yeah, and a puck.
I guess if you're unable to cancel the channel, then the song won't actually stop it after the epicenter goes off. So
yep. So people still have to get the hell out of Dodge to
people
avoid
still need to run away from the King of Sand. I am Sand Man. Where is Sand Woman?
I think you're evil, Twig. You're getting a bit too into the game there, Twig. But,
I'm role playing as the Sand King.
How dare you? But nah, it's all G. Well, I think that kind of gives Mate and 6 a little bit of an opportunity. They can ban the TA in that 5th ban slot right now, which is probably what we will see happen if they're interested in puck winning that mid lane. This is it's going to be a really fun game to watch because, like you said earlier, I used to play with Bocky's team as well as Rika for a couple months, but yeah, Timber pickup.
Did somebody say aggressive try?
Yeah, did someone say aggressive try? I didn't say it. Was it you, Twig?
I don't know. Was it? I think it was. I said aggressive try.
Well, Nakes, Naga, they can still get their hands on a Crystal Maiden. That's a good combo as well. Get the double lockdown. A lot of damage as well out of that Crystal Maiden in the first few levels. And the Rubik ban, so they were thinking Rubik, sort of ushering Mate and 6 into that Crystal Maiden if they want it. And the Anti-Mage ban out. Whoa.
Anti-Mage ban out.
And there's the TA. Wow, I think that was a bit of a misban there from Mate and 6.
Anti-Mage.
Why would they pick Anti-Mage and Alk and Furion on the same team? They must
split push. I'm not sure.
Yeah, either do I.
Wow.
I think they just gave them a free, and you could see straight away TA was the pick that was in mind because she was instant picked, and now Maiden 6.
I really thought that Fresh Fish either had to 4th pick that Templar Assassin or just give it up completely because it just seems a little bit too obvious. Fresh Fish saying, "Sweet, you don't ban that. We'll pick it up for ourselves. We'll get our filthy hands on it." So.
Well, TA is awesome as well because it counters the Timber a little bit. With that meld hit, Timber, it goes through Timber, it gives minus armor for Timber, and that's not what Timber wants. He wants to get those reactive armor charges up and running, but TA just tells him no.
10 seconds
no.
remaining.
-8 armor at level 4 is pretty big.
Ooh,
but the Chen,
pick the Chen. Wowzers.
I really like that. I really like that.
I guess. It does rely a lot on that mid lane. If the Chen can win the mid lane for the puck, maybe if he can get his hands on a Harpy Stormcrafter, or to spam on the TA, or
actually,
Wild King Ripper.
Is that an offlane Timber then?
Yeah, it's got to be an offlane Timber, I'd say. Roger Dodger's got his hands on it. But we'll have to see.
From memory, I thought Space Cadet was their offlane player, so maybe it's him, but
For battle.
I don't know. Maybe offlane Timber. It's okay if you can get levels. If you get that level 3, you get the 2 levels of reactive armor. It's really hard to take them down. So, I see the idea here. If they manage to execute it well, then obviously they'll have a good game.
Well, it doesn't seem like we've got any strat pauses coming out here, so we have time to run through the lineups. I'll run through MI6. So we've got Shola for $1 on the Naga Siren. Behind him, we've got Gosu Panda on that next. Back in base, we have Chinese letters on the Chen. We have Space Cadet on the puck in mid lane. And for bot, there's Roger Dodger on that Timbersaw.
And for Fresh Fish, we have Tyrael on the Furion going top lane. Mid lane, we have Rika on his Templar Assassin. He plays this hero a lot. Bot lane, Bocky on the Alchemist. To the left of him, Pika on the Visage, and Wei sitting on the Sand King. Man,
Mm.
we're gonna get mixed up with Pika and Rika.
Well, I think we can handle it. We did get a shout out from one of the players, so I'm happy to see that. We get the old shout out, and I receive a Skype at the same time. God damn, but it should be
In
alright.
the middle of a fight, we'll be saying Rika using Mel, Pika using Soul Assumption.
And they name their name Fresh Fish. They're just there to mess us up, aren't they? But
Yep.
I don't. If this Visage plays the lane correctly, I don't know if this Timber's going to be able to get some experience. He should be zoned out of the lane pretty easily by the Visage.
The trade-off is always this safe lane for Fresh, but the Furion actually pulling the creeps back doesn't block
Wow.
off the creep pull.
Oh wow! So the Radiant Creep Wave was pulled down by the Nakes, and he's still going to be able to get his last hits. And he couldn't get the tree in, but should be able to last hit fine. Yeah, look, Prophet's trying to. He realizes the supports aren't there, so he's going to try to snake some experience, and he does get experience. Where's the Timber gone? Oh, Timber's roaming. He realized he couldn't be a bottom. Is he just going to leech experience with the Chen?
Most likely.
Yeah, that's always the trouble when you pick a Timber. He can really get shut down in that off lane really early, which can set him really far behind.
The Timber friend.
Wow,
he,
Chen actually got a Sadia first. That's
He's hit out.
pretty big. Yeah. The Sadia is like one of the best creeps for Chen to get at the start of the game, just because of what just happened. We saw the double stack, and then he was able to spam it with the Sadia Blast.
Alchemist free farming. He's probably going to be going for this max Greevil's Greed, so I'm really concerned about this 6-7 minute timing window where Lifesteal is going to have his phase boots up. They're going to have Puck with maybe a bottle and boots, and Timbersaw hopefully getting a few more levels. He's level 2 already, so doing pretty well in the jungle with Chen. Compared to this Nature's Prophet, who's still level 1. So at the moment, the offlane trade-off is actually going in favour of Maintenance 6.
Also, this TA, not quite that far ahead at the moment in mid lane, 7-5, but she really starts to pull out in front over a Puck once she gets that level 2 into the refraction, and she has that now. And I'm actually really concerned about this Puck and how the well-being of her is gonna be.
Space Cadet.
Space Cadet.
He'll be fine. He lives in space.
Yeah, well, his last hitting under the tower very good. TA actually already roamed bottom to grab a rune, has a bottle already. We got some up to careers. There is an up to career on the Dire. Oh, Radiant still chilling as a chicken. Bok. Bocky's playing that carry, so it's good to see he's back on that carry role. That's where he shines. Unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage here. He doesn't have a stout shield. Gotta be careful there, Bocky. Don't want to feed first blood to the creeps.
Pika deciding that he's going to take one for the team and tank the creep wave.
Yeah, I think Bocky really needs a stout shield soon, but it looks like he might be rushing that Midas. He might get it pretty soon as well. There's 4 last hits behind the Nakes. I think Nakes, to keep up with the Alk, probably should go that Hand of Midas route as well. If you can get that armlet up and running by the 13-minute mark with phase boots Midas, then Alchemist could be in for a world of hurt, because Alchemist probably hits his window at about 20 to 30 minutes after he gets his next item after Shadowblade. Most teams can avoid Shadowblade ganks if they're watching out for it. Obviously, if Alchemist isn't on the map, don't be in places you shouldn't be.
Maiden 6 pretty much saying they're going to be aggressive here. They're not going for a Midas on the Lifestealer. They're going straight phase boots. So this phase boots being picked up right now. Yep, there you go. So they're trading for a potential Midas Alchemist. So they're going to have to be aggressive pretty soon. Otherwise this Alchemist with Midas. So top lane, Tyreal.
Oh no, is he under tower? He's not going to be able to TP out in time. And he does miss it.
And there's that aggression that I was talking about. That phase boot pickup.
Oh, look who got an item. Look who got an item.
Says.
It's your mate.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Slick's got an item.
Slicks.
Yeah, that's funny as.
Structures are
Well,
fortified.
we've got this tower on top. Gets fortification, but there's 4 heroes here. Roger Dodger, actually level 3, splitting experience with Chen in the jungle.
Oh man, Alchemist isn't even going for this Midas. He's going straight for a Shadowblade without phase boots, without any
Oh, he's even.
other kind of items.
Oh, wow.
Really interesting.
That's probably the first time I've ever seen a super quick Shadow Blade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, there's phase boots on the Nags, almost up to his level 6. Almost got the infest. You can infest bomb with the timber chain, with the timber saw.
Dire's
So sorry.
bottom tower is under
Oh, this
attack.
tier 2 is going down for top lane for Fresh. If they play it correctly, it will fall. Mate and 6 trying to contest the tier 1 bottom. They might actually be able to do this. There's a very small creep wave, and this timber saw is quite tanky. It has timber chain to get out
He does
as
get
well.
Grave Shield, and he is forced off the lane for now.
He doesn't even have to worry about the sprout at this point, so I think he can be aggressive if he wants to. It's just this unstable concoction that he has to be careful about.
Well, this tower does look like it's going to take a fall. Well, the tier 2 did get taken, so Mate and 6 getting the better trade early with that Chen pick.
Dire's bottom
They can
tower
probably
has
keep
fallen.
pressuring to try to get some TP reactions, because Furion went bottom to push that tower.
Radiant's top
TP's
tower
up in
is
3
under
seconds.
If they
Sure.
do get TP responses, then this Timbersaw is going to have a really good time. He's actually keeping up on levels with the Alchemist at this point, so he can man-fight this guy if he wants to.
Well, the supports, they actually get forced to come back. They're, well, not, well, Furion could have made it, but I guess they want to get some experience on the supports. As soon as the familiars are online, then that suddenly the map control that Mate and 6 would have grabbed would be a bit less, just because you can't really dive with familiars in town. They do quite a lot of damage.
This is really bad for this Alchemist. He doesn't have phase boots, and he doesn't have his Shadow Blade up, so all of this gold that he's farmed is kind of going to waste. He's up against a Timbersaw who's soon to be out-leveling him. He's going to be level 5 soon, and if he controls the lane here, then, man.
He does a single pull, and he can also pull through as well, because he's got a quelling blade. You might see him. Yeah, there goes the tree. Mid lane, actually, Temper Assassin did go down. There's just this 4-man rotation bomb. It's too much at the moment for the single heroes, the TA and the Furion.
Mate and 6, they had a plan, and they're executing it, which is really cool to see. Well, Fresh's plan was kind of to get farm and play this late game. Mate and 6 aren't going to let it happen, and we can see this push coming in mid. They're trying to take the tier 1. They're trying to lock down this Alchemist, not let him farm anywhere.
Sand King's TPing in, and it does force them to retreat. And he actually got the stun off on Puck. Puck didn't phase shift it. There is a sentry on the ground. Wei gets netted. Wei goes down. Reek is back, and they're not going to be able to get any. Oh, there's actually 2 sentries in mid, so pretty close. Unfortunately, that one at the back there didn't quite see the Sand King that was on the hill, so they had to place their other one. I really don't think that Fresh Fish can afford to lose another tower right now. Ooh, Bocky, you are really low. On bottom, he's about to have his Shadow Blade. But that problem's still there, like you said, he has no boots and he's just getting chakra. Timber could have dived that, I think. Timber's got arcane boots, wow. I've actually never seen the Timber follow around the Chen in the jungle. It's really, really nice strat.
It's kind of common for heroes like maybe Windrunner even, just to, if you can't get any farm in the jungle and the Ancients has been watered, you go off and farm with a jungler or a support. It's usually enough just to give you those levels, just to keep up with the tri-lane, but you know, it was a solo safe. Well, I mean, Alchemist was pretty much getting all the experience, or should have been in this lane, so... Oh man. Roger Dodger. Level 6, he's only got 1 level of Timber Chain.
There's the... Oh, there's no... We're going to have Soul Assumption charges now. Tyrael force him to run left, and Alchemist gets the last hit. That'll help him on the way to getting his boots. He's probably got his Shadow Blade on the courier. Yeah, there it is. So 9-minute Shadow Blade, or straight Shadow Blade, for the Alchemist.
Mid lane. Dream Coil goes out.
Do they have sentries?
They do
There is
have-
a sentry in mid, and they do spot out Rika. Rika just gets destroyed. That sentry was just in range.
As soon as Mate and 6 saw the rotation bot to try and deal with this Timbersaw, the supports from Mate and 6 went mid and tried to get a pick off and push the tower down. Really effective rotation here.
Well, this TA
Really nice.
did lead the farm in the mid lane, but she has died a few times now, just to simple rotations. The supports have been missing on the map, and unfortunately TA thinking that refraction is enough, but it's really not, especially when they have sentries for you when you go meld. The Song of Siren's nearly up. How's Ghosty Panda's farm going? He has drums. So this is risky for Mate and 6. At the moment, they're ahead, but if Fresh Fish manage to keep this game to go to 25 plus minutes, I think this Alchemist is going to be too big for MI6 to handle.
Well, he does have this Shadow Blade up, so I mean, he could be TPing mid, he could be initiating on all of the heroes from Mate and 6 and getting some kills. I think this is what he should be doing at this point, defending the tower, because look at how far forward the Naga Siren is. He's not level 6 yet, he's about to hit it now though.
Micro. Not good enough.
That's his level 6, so the song is up now. That's a very crucial window for Fresh Fish that they just missed.
Well, you can't be feeding birds like that as well. You really... Oh, bottom. Bocky. Timbersaw initiating, but the Shadow Blade's there. And the retreat from Timber. While Rika actually pushing the Nax off the lane up top. Which is a little bit interesting. I think the Nax is probably almost ready to 1v1 that TA. Even with the refraction. With the rage, you could burn that refraction down real quick. There's still pressure on this mid lane though. Is he sitting behind the tower? Oh, he's TPing back to base. He really needs to get those phase boots so he can outrun the Timber. At the moment, Timber's able to just force him out of the lane on his own. There is a Wild King Ripper here, but oh, the Familiar stunned it. Nice micro. I was just going to say the Tornado. Really annoying for the people sitting behind the tower.
Gone for treads. He hasn't gone for a Midas build. He has level 5, not level 6 yet. And the vision for Mate and 6 completely spotting out where the heroes of Fresh Fish are, so they decide that they're safe enough to push in and get the last set.
And they give the tower to Park. Park has his Blink Dagger, almost has his Treads now as well.
Nice.
Mid lane, you really didn't work out as well as it should have. Now there's 3 heroes here. Nature's Prophet, you need to not be taking experience from these supports. They've been working hard. There is an epicenter now though on the Sand King. While Alk actually went top and tried to gank the Nax, but he hasn't been leveling Unstable Concoction, so that Shadow Blade initiation with the Concoction is not going to be as strong as most of the time. Well, oh, maybe Alk actually, he probably just walked top because he just had his TP off cooldown. Oh no, Puck initiation onto Way, not enough. Reek is here though, Puck just jaunts out though. Way, can't be getting caught out.
Oh, Timbersaw just gets out. The TP from Nature's Prophet came in. That's a lot of time wasted for both this Alchemist and the Furion.
Did they? Yeah, Timber TP'd top.
Timber TP'd bottom to try and attack the Timbersaw, but he just ran away and TP'd out. This Insable Concoction didn't get thrown, and that gave a lot of room for this lifesteal to just run top and free farm here, put some pressure on the tier 3 and force some more rotations from the supports of Fresh Fish. And you can see this Visage and the Sand King both having to rotate up here, and what are they going to get from this?
Well, the Alchemist is maxing Grievel's Greed. So like we said, if this goes on much later, then the Alchemist will overtake the Nax's farm, who actually is only 50 gold away from Armlet, which is that 13-minute timing that I was talking about. He didn't go Midas, he went Drums instead, which is understandable. He's wanting to fight, and he has been there for all the tower kills, except for that mid lane, but he was there earlier. And the last hit-wise, the difference between Alk is 14. Alk and Nax is 14, so it's not huge. I would have thought it might have been a bit bigger. While Furion's just taking the Ancient stack, because there's not a lot of places that he can farm safely right now. Alchemist has taken over the jungle, and he's taking a stack right now with Acid Spray, but it's only level 1. So it's going to take a while to get it. Hopefully he can kill it before the Timbersaw finds it. If Timber finds it, or even the Park, they're going to be able to nuke that down. Looks like Mate in 6 putting their attention to bot lane now. Oh, the pings go out. They know that there's a stack here. There's a ward on the high ground, so they can see into that stack area.
Oh, Bocky.
Who's coming? Park Haste Runes.
Bocky
does get blinked on, but dodges the orb. There goes the dust, but the coil catches too. Bocky does die. Peek is here as well. Unfortunately, oh, Space Cat Dirt has 1 charges. Timber's here. Out goes the Hand of God.
The hatred.
Sarge gets destroyed.
The
There
hatred.
was no epicenter on SK. He ran out of mana and he's just gonna die.
Sand King goes splat to a Timbersaw combo. Man, all of these levels coming up for Maintenance 6 at this point. Timbersaul's actually keeping up with the
Oh, they
Templar
find
assassins
Rika.
levels.
They find Rika, and there goes the sentry.
Oh.
Rika knows it as well. He needs to get out of there, but he gets ensnared by the Naga, and there's too many heroes.
He almost had his blink. That was his blink dagger right there. He was sitting on 2,100 gold, and
Ouch.
now he's sitting on 1,800.
At least Furion's doing the right thing. He split pushed the offlane. If he still wants to go hand to Midas, he's actually pretty close. But would you think Mech for his team might be the better option right now?
They're losing fights, so and they have to win fights. That's the end of the story. They have to win fights. If they don't win fights, they lose the game. So Mechanism, probably a good item. However, Midas is always fantastic. I think maybe this time I agree with you on that. Mechanism is really good.
Puck actually getting sent back to base. I was wondering if he was going to illusionary orb, go back to base, fill up the bottle, and then come back. But looks like he's been given the task to defend top. Doesn't have a teleport scroll though, so he's just gonna hover all the way to top. And Freon's actually backed off. Could see parts of the item coming up soon. There's a regen bottom. Who got? Yeah, there's the armlet delivered to the Nakes, and he TP's top to farm. So very precise play out of MI6 right now. They're getting their objectives and they're farming the whole map, which is what you want to see out of these top tier teams from the Oceanic scene.
They're just being patient, and I think that being patient always a good virtue to have when you're playing in tournament games. If you're not patient, you make one mistake and you're out of the tournament. Even though it is a best of 3.
Oh way, you just got completely caught out there trying to take down a Chen creep, and now Pika is the next on the target list. Pika, you need to get out of there, buddy. The stun out from Alk, but he put it on the Puck. Little bit of a mistake there. Puck's always going to phase shift out. Now Bocky, the birds are here. Do they have stun up?
Holla holla, get dollar.
Holla holla, get that dollar. 10 seconds on the stun, and there's no TP. Well, there was. Oh, Naga could have TP, but she didn't know. She didn't know the bird stun's wrong off cooldown.
Oh,
and
stuns are coming out from Alchemist actually. Just backs off, so Naga actually gets out with his life.
Ends
That
up
is
surviving
one
there.
lucky Naga.
Really, she should have. Yeah, she could have TP, but she didn't know, unfortunately. But yeah, what happened was there was a Chen creep here, and Sand King was trying to take it, and Puck just blinked from the other end and said GG. But and looked like Temper Assassin not going that blink dagger route. BKB might be the option.
1 to 11 here for in favour of Maintenance 6. The gold graph actually going in favour of them as well. 7.5k in advantage for Maintenance 6. No real surprise there in the experience. Also 7.5k. So the gold graph kind of stating how the game is going at this point. Phase Boots and Shadowblade are up on Alchemist now. He's sitting on 2,000 gold.
What do you think his next item needs to be? Does it need to be BKB?
Man, BKB would be okay, but it doesn't deal with the ensnare on the Naga. It doesn't deal with this lifestealer. It doesn't give you a ton of damage. So I'm not sure really what will help him at this point.
You might have to go AC. And
Oh, the Infest Bomb.
Oh, Puck initiates in with the Infest Bomb. They do have dust. Bocky does take a fall to lifestealer. 2,400 gold on the lifestealer, and that was a dominating streak as well. So,
Really well played there by this Puck, making sure he has the invis detection and TPing in.
And it looks like he's rushing that Scythe of Ice, and then Roshan is the next thing to do on the to-do list.
The big guy, Roshan, gonna give everyone gold when he dies.
There is a Wildkin over here, just chilling for the toughness aura, which is good. There's 2 Wildkins actually. Maybe Chen needs a few better creeps. He actually only has 3 levels in Test of Faith, so doesn't have that full nuke yet.
The Birdie's coming in to scout the Roshan attempt, but there's really nothing they can do about it at this point. The question is, Maintenance 6 realizing that there's nothing that Fresh can do about it either, and they just continue to stay in there even though they know they're being watched. And it gets picked up by Lifestealer. What items does he have? Mortigan, Drum, and this is his Basher as well, so going towards an Abyssal Blade most likely.
His Bash on the career. Yep, there it is. I really think instead of picking the SK, you need to pick a support which deals with the Lifestealer. Possibly there's the Bane was in the pool, the Shadow Demon was in the pool. Shadow Demon could have been nice for the Puck initiations if you can get him off before Puck goes in, then that's awesome. I just think the SK hasn't done anything this game. Hasn't had an
I-
impact.
I really think that that Fresh thought that Mate and 6 were going to go aggressive, and that's why they picked the Alchemist, and that's why they picked the Sand King, was so that they could get levels on their supports, they could just get farm on a hard carry and trade for a lifestealer.
Oh, Park blinking in, getting that last Visage Birds. Had to resummon them, but it was a bit too late. And they're on cooldown for 3 minutes now. If they get picked off in the next fight,
Dire's top tower
it's a lot
is
of
under
control
attack.
gone.
The good thing about Sand King is that at very low levels, the animation is very slow, and getting the rage off is very hard, but the Song of the Siren comes out.
Here we go. And it actually
This
gets
bomb-
cancelled. The Infest Bomb destroying the Nags and the Sand King. Pika goes down. That's 3 dead. TA also
man.
goes down. That might be a GG. It might have to be a GG.
everybody.
20 minutes in, 1 to 16. This tier 2 is going to go down. I'm going to put pressure on tier 3. You can just see the pools of blood everywhere.
Radiant's middle
It's just
tower
not.
has fallen.
It's not going the way of Fresh Fish right now. Remember, guys, this is game 1 of
Dire's
Tide's
top
Wrath
tower
season
is
3,
under attack.
and this is Tonda's and Evil Twig giving you this cast. And the fortification goes out. Go see Panda.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Only about 2,000 gold away from his Abyssal. And this tier 3 is taking a lot of damage right now. The 2 big heroes are still on the sidelines right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The defense comes out. There's the Grave Chill. Whoop.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
look who's
Mate
up-
and 6
look
actually
who
have
got
to back
top.
off.
Tier 3 on top's going down.
Dire's
Furion's here trying to get the trade. And they didn't even get the tier 3 in the end.
Oh,
Oh, Cypher
she's
Vice
sick.
on the park. 21 minutes. And there's the dust as well. There goes the ensnare. There's no way out for you. Furion. I think he needed to back out of there a little bit sooner. He did good. He got the tier 2 and did a lot of damage to the tier 3. That's their hope. That's what Fresh Fish need to rely on right now. Hey, I said it fast without mumbling on Fresh.
Nice.
And
The thing that he did there, he did give his life for it, but he forced a rotation for Mate and 6, and that in itself extends the game a little bit longer if they can do that, if they can get more items up on this Alchemist. Alchemist actually sitting on a Hyperstone right now, so he's going for an Assault Curious. I would expect giving his team a little bit more armor, dealing with the Nyx a little bit.
Well-
Doesn't really deal with the Timbersaw or the Puck, but or
he
the
needs it for
Infest
the
damage,
attack
really.
speed, I think. He needs to go basher, like he needs to go full man mode and just get lucky bashes on the next maybe, but the TA is actually going for Desolator. It's pretty close too. About 400 gold away.
I think they should be
they really
going
need it.
all or nothing right now.
Yeah,
for-
maybe everyone
for
needs to get
Fresh.
Divine Rapiers, even supports. Shadowblade on the Furion, he had that just before at the T3, so it was good awareness of the puck to keep carrying around dust. Has he still got dust on him right now?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. He's not completing his boots, which is a little weird. Power Tread's still probably not a bad item to get at this time in the game. Just for that extra mana and health that you get if you toggle it properly.
Oh,
Oh, who's up here?
Furion.
Tyrael. What are you
You're
doing,
out of
buddy?
position,
There's a
buddy.
coil available. Are we going to see it? Is he going to pop it? He doesn't want to use coil for the next fight. And didn't matter. Furion just running around, ring a rosy, but he does have buyback. Tier 3 is going to go down. There's no fortification.
Radiant's
Go see
middle tower
Panda.
has
Does have
fallen.
Aegis still. Is Nagasaran ulti out? 3 seconds. The birds doing a lot of damage to the snakes actually.
Use your
The
rage,
stun
use
goes
your
out. He didn't
rage.
get to rage in time. Is this going to be a free Aegis? Yes, it is. Epicenter went off, but it didn't do enough. But there's the timber saying splat to the supports. And Boki stuns Go see Panda. There's Rika as well. He didn't get his Desolator up in time for the fight. Hand of God goes off. Rika's on the retreat. Boki's here though. Is he dusted? No, he gets spotted anyway. While who's at bottom? Tyrael gets timbered. We'll just say that. He's getting timbered. Tyrael. Oh, he timbered to his own tree. And
Dire's
Tyrael
bottom
looks like he
tower
might be able to
is
get out.
under attack.
He needs
Oh.
to dodge timber.
Oh.
The racks do
Radiant's
take
top
a fall
tower
in
is
mid
under
though.
attack.
Space Cadet. 3,000 gold up on him. Wow, he is a big puck.
Lifestealer sitting on 3.5k already. He almost has his Abyssal.
There's a Bloodstone.
23
on
minutes
timber
in.
as well.
That's a phase boot. Mortigan, Drum, Abyssal.
He does have Abyssal. Wow. Yeah, he's
Oh,
got enough.
He's 100 gold away from it now.
100
That is
gold?
pretty
Maybe,
crazy.
maybe his name
If
should
Beast
be.
goes on Puck, we're gonna see some action pretty soon.
Is under attack.
Holla,
Man
holla,
mode
get that
activated.
holla. But you could just see the Epicenter did nothing really that fight. Unfortunately.
It killed the Lifestealer, but
Oh, here we go. This is everyone's grouped. Park's going to have a field day on this. But the orb gets missed. There's the Infest Bomb, and down goes SK straight away. Pika's a little bit out of position as well. He's going to go down. Double kill to go see Panda. Items, items, items. Boki is running. 3 people are running. Rika. Oh, the puck coil was up. Tyrael getting that regen, but he actually broke the tether. And that's a 1 kill to Puck, 1 kill to Chan. GG gets called. Game 1. Going the way of MI6. Where did it all go wrong, Twig?
Oh man, where to start? I think one of the big things was Alchemist not getting phase boots. Then that mid lane got ganked by rotations, and MI6 just one step ahead all the time. They were just being aggressive earlier. They had early aggressive heroes like the Chen, the Lifestealer, and then the Timbersaw managed to get a whole bunch of levels, kept up on levels, and farmed pretty much for the first maybe 4 minutes with the Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he just nuked down the Alchemist, pushed him out of lane, and meanwhile the Lifestealer just sat top lane free farmed the entire game.
I honestly think the SK was the big, we'll say the bane of the issue. Even though TA sort of got caught out a few times in mid by pretty predictable ganks, I think the SK didn't have an impact. And if they'd had a Bane or a Shadow Demon, they could have done themselves some favours. But anyways, Game 1 going to MI6, Game 2 coming up next, guys. Stay tuned.